Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our weekly Scale with Strategy. My name is Elizabeth McFadden, and I'm the CEO and Director of Brand Strategy here at Novella Brand House. And
Hi, you
April
guys.
Beach.
Sorry, I'm like trying to get my light. Look at me. It's like this time of year. I'm blinded here. Hi, you guys. I'm April Beach, founder and CEO of the Sweet Life Company. We help entrepreneurs and small businesses scale online by developing their signature programs. So good to be here with you.
Yes. Okay, so while you're figuring out the the shadow light situation there, so today it's my day to host this with you guys, and today we're talking about how to hire an ad agency or design firm or branding agency or marketing firm, like whatever you want to insert in there. But the idea is that once you start scaling your company, even if you have a marketing background and you've been handling that for your company, like everything else, when you start scaling, you have to start outsourcing or hiring. Okay, with somebody, basically, those things leave your plate, and you're going to be focusing on building the company, driving revenue, top line revenue, all of that. And there's going to be things like accounting, marketing, etc., that you either have to build a team for or outsource. And so what I wanted to talk about like how you go about that, because there's lots of different kinds of agencies out there, and where do you start? So the first thing that you want to do is determine what kind of help do you need, right? And this is going to help you determine then what sort of firm you might be looking at hiring. Okay, so the types of help that you might need that you may identify, right? Number one, you need to drive leads, right? You've exhausted all of your sort of word of mouth. You're probably still networking. You're doing those things, but the business has grown to a point that you have to have a strategy around how you're going to drive leads to your business. And so you need a marketing strategy. You need a firm, an agency that marketing strategy is one of their key service areas that they provide. Second thing is maybe you need to implement a digital marketing campaign. Okay, this could be you're looking at doing social media ads, Google ads, you want to run YouTube ads, you want to do mobile ads, you want to advertise on the different streaming channels. Okay, most likely you're not going to have somebody that's what they do day in and day out on your team, and you're going to need to outsource that. So you're going to be looking for a digital marketing agency or somebody that has a specialty in that area. Another thing you might be looking for. Oh, do you have a question, April?
Art, we see your message here. Art says that he can hear us, but he can't see us. So there might be a misconnection with our live stream actually into LinkedIn. So Art, just stay with us here. I'm going over to LinkedIn right now to kind of troubleshoot some of the tech for you. But if you can hear us, that's awesome. So thank you for letting us know.
Okay. The third thing that, where you might need help in terms of marketing and you're looking at hiring an ad agency would be refreshing your brand or creating your brand. Like you need to create a professional brand around your scaling company. So you're going to be looking for a branding agency or an agency that they definitely have expertise around, brand architecture, building a brand. You might be looking at needing like collateral. Okay, when I say collateral, I mean like business cards, a pitch deck, a brochure, sales materials, things like that. So you might be looking at, hiring a graphic design firm or a firm that, they focus on design, or it certainly has a strong area of expertise in that. A couple other things that you might be looking for. One would be you have a team of marketing people. Maybe it's a 1 to 2 person team, but marketing is it's a broad range of different things. And so you might have a designer on your marketing team. You might have like a digital marketer on your team, but you need to bring in somebody else, other different kinds of expertise to help that team. So again, you're looking at, what certain areas what areas of expertise do I need to focus on when I'm searching for an ad agency and one that does those things well. Two other things, you might need to completely outsource your marketing. You don't have a marketing team right now, so you're looking to outsource all of it. And the last thing is a website. You need to well, most likely you have a website if your company is scaling, but you may need to create a new website, develop a new one, expand what you have. And so you're looking for a company that they build websites, they build the kind of websites that you are looking for. Not every company that builds websites builds WordPress or builds Shopify or Squarespace, or I mean, there's a number of different kinds of websites out there. So you want to look for a company that builds the kind of website that you're looking to have. Okay, number 2. Find an agency.
That was only number 1.
That was only one.
So much
I know.
information.
That's
that
a
was
lot
so
of
good.
information.
I hope you guys are taking notes. That was
yes,
really good.
Yes. So those are all the different kinds of things you might be looking for help, right? In.
Got it.
And the takeaway from that is not an ad agency isn't all things to all people. And so identify first, like where you're really needing help. There might even be a few different things that I talked about on that list. Like you might need 3 of those things, and that is fine. But the number one thing that you're needing, look to an agency that they not only do they do that, do they offer that, but they do it well. Okay. All right. Okay. Number 2, find an agency that can manage your expectations and help you manage your budget. This is probably an area where you don't know what you don't know, and that is totally okay. It is truly, it's the ad agency's job to help guide you through that, to help you understand what this process is and what can you expect, and the other thing is the expectations around what it's going to do for your business. We work with clients that nobody has ever set their expectations. And so they feel like, well, I'm going to launch this, and in 3 months, I'm going to be, hitting my top line goals. To be honest, that's not going to happen. And if somebody tells you that's going to happen, they either don't know what they're talking about, or they're just trying to get your business, and I hate to say lying to you, but they're lying to you. That's not how it works. And so again, just, find somebody that really is going to get in there with you. They're going to help you put together a budget. They're going to help you set realistic expectations. Okay. Number 3, look for experience. And this means people and portfolio. I start to get really passionate about this because experience and years in this business matter. You're probably going to pay a little bit more for that, but that is okay because you get what you pay for in this business. So, look for experience and years on the job in terms of the people you're going to be working with. If you look at a firm and they have like 1 to 2 sort of like senior level people, and it's all these 20 somethings, nothing against 20 somethings, but they just don't have the years in the business yet. Okay. And again, experience matters in this field. And so don't get into a situation where you may be paying a premium rate, but that senior person is maybe glancing at your business. Meanwhile, a bunch of people that don't really know what they're doing are running your business. They're not going to bring the extra expertise you need. Things are going to go over budget. They're not going to get done. They're not going to meet your expectations, et cetera, et cetera. Portfolio. Look at the work that these agencies have done. Now, let me caution you. Sometimes people say, well, I'm in the, I'm in the automotive industry. And so I want somebody that has automotive experience. And I'm not saying that doesn't matter. It does. It definitely matters sometimes if an agency you're looking at has experience in your vertical or your industry. But what's more important is looking at the depth of their work. Does it feel creative to you? Does it feel engaging? Is it fresh? What are the results that they got for those clients? And sometimes it's not just about measuring, sales or revenue, because that may not have been the objective for that particular project for that client. So look at what they tell you the objective was for that project and look at what the results were. Study the previous work, look at their case studies. If you see a company that they are not sharing any of that on their website or in their social media, certainly ask to see what they have. But I just caution you, in this business, you are as good as your last project. And so if they're not showing stuff, it kind of makes me wonder what that quality of work is. April, do you have some thoughts there? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, I was muted, sitting here talking. First of all, I just had like emotional like feelings of fear and vomit by hiring a team that like, I mean, let's just be real, guys, like spending, 10K on a team that like the high level marketer sees and it's thrown to a bunch of, newbies. Oh my gosh, that gives me like heart palpitations. So noted for sure. And then it was really interesting because we've been going through the process of trying to bring somebody in to work with us in-house in marketing. But I've also been checking out some, not necessarily ad agencies, but some online marketing companies. And one of the things I just came across this company, and they were like amazing. Their copywriting's amazing. Everything's amazing. But they wanted us to go through and fill out an application to work with them. And I was really honest. And I said, I have no idea if I want to work with you. I'm not going to go through the time to fill out an application. I don't even know who you are. Right. I said, I need you to send me a list of companies that you have managed their marketing. And immediately they're like, oh, yeah, it's on our website. And on their website, it's pretty superficial, which is like a couple of names. I said, no, I want specific companies in this and this and this. And they did, after like 10 emails back and forth, send me over that. But it was like pulling teeth. And they really wanted to like put me in their sales funnel. And I was just like, I am out. That, I understand as a business strategist, I understand you want to scale your lead gen and scale your onboarding, but mature businesses that really want results are not going to sit there and fill out this big, huge application to work with you, exactly like you were saying. Well, we hope they won't, without seeing proof of work. And this is exactly what I went through just last week. And I love that we're talking about that, because then I was like, God, am I asking too much? Am I a pain in the ass?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. I mean, granted, you should be able to go to a company's website and see their work. But if yes, you should absolutely feel that you can ask an ad agency, marketing firm, whomever you're talking to see, more specific results or more specific cases of, kind of something similar to what you're, needing from them. And they should have that at the ready. Absolutely. Okay. 2 more things. One is process. So again, we've been talking about portfolio, and sometimes you look at this awesome work and you're like, oh God, that's so cool. I mean, that's a beer brand. Of course, that's awesome. Of course, you came up with something fabulous for that. But I don't have that kind of a brand. My brand's not very sexy or whatever. So look at their process. The process, they should have a documented process. They should one that they take every client through for whatever that particular service offering is that you're looking at, and see if it fits. If that feels comfortable for you. The 5th thing is, what is the scope of the project? They need to be able to very clearly define the scope of work based on, you don't need to give them that. You need to go to them and say, here's what I need from you. How would you do this? How would you help me get these results? They should be able to outline a very clear scope of project. They should be able to tell you what the deliverables are you are going to get. And make sure you ask them, okay, of those deliverables, what's my ownership of those? Do I have to pay usage rights? Those kinds of things. What do they expect of you in the whole process? And then a timeline. And I'll end on this. If a company tells you, let's say you're talking to a few different companies, and the one that tells you the shortest timeline, you're like, yes, I don't want to wait 3 months for something. I want it in 4 weeks. Run. Okay, because they're not good at what they do. And again, they're setting false expectations. So we're just about out of time. I'll leave it there. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me at elizabeth@novellabrandhouse.com, or hit me up on LinkedIn.
Yeah, and you guys are incredible.
That's what I got.
At these ad strategies. They're geniuses at ad strategy, you guys. Thank you so much, Liz. This is super helpful for me personally this week. This was awesome. And I'll talk to you next week.
Okay. See
Bye,
you next week,
everybody.
everybody. Bye.